Welcome back. You're watching WION World is One. My name is Priyanka Sharma. We begin this bulletin with a news alert coming in. An explosion rocked the Hamid Karzai International Airport in a suicide attack followed by firing at the Abbey Gate. The information that we have right now is that the Pentagon has confirmed the explosion, but there are no reports of any casualties yet. This comes as Western nations warned of a massive security threat near the airport, that too, and has asked people to move away to a safer location away from the airport. The Pentagon had earlier warned lawmakers that terror attacks from the ISIS-K could jeopardize the evacuation process. The airport gates were the biggest potential target, given that hundreds of Afghans were present near the gates of the airport. Now, this comes as many countries have ended the evacuation efforts due to these threats. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has confirmed that the evacuations will continue till the US set deadline of August 31st. Once again, this is a news alert coming in at this hour that an explosion has rocked the Hamid Karzai International Airport. Remember, the world has been watching the developments at the Kabul airport as thousands of Afghans have thronged the airport in a desperate attempt to flee the Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. The explosion rocked the airport and in a suicide attack followed by firing at the Abbey Gate of the airport. The Pentagon has confirmed the same, but as of now, we have no reports of casualties yet. This development comes as Western nations have warned of a massive security threat near the airport and earlier asked its citizens to move away to a safe location. For more details, we now have our correspondent Anas Malik joining us live from Kabul. Anas, what can you tell us about this latest explosion? And do we know if there are any casualties being reported, especially after many Western nations warned of a security threat?
Well, there was an imminent security threat at the Kabul airport, Priyanka, and we had multiple threat alerts coming in from different nations as well. And just a while back, I can confirm that there was an explosion at the Kabul airport's Abbey Gate, which has been confirmed by the Pentagon press secretary as well. Abbey Gate is being controlled by the US authorities, so the information coming out would take time, but yes, there are definitely casualties, Priyanka.
Right. Anas, what can you tell us about the situation at the airport right now? We know that Western nations had earlier said that its citizens should move away from the airport, and this comes, of course, at a time that desperate Afghans are trying to flee. So what is the situation on ground right now?
Well, the situation is pretty chaotic. I can hear a bit far away from the airport, but I can definitely hear silent ambulance siren crashing towards the airport. It's usually, from where I am, it's usually a 20-25 minute drive, but it looks like it will take a long time. There are, as I said, the pictures coming out, they indicate that there are a number of casualties. Just on Tuesday, 4 ISIS men were arrested by the Taliban on suspicion of carrying out terror activity. There was a question that was pushed to the Taliban spokesperson as well, but he had ducked. This is what I can confirm, that they were indeed arrested, and they point to that imminent security threat. Now we're seeing that the reports of an explosion, which has now been confirmed by the local sources. Priyanka.
Anas, what can you tell us about the evacuations? The US and the Pentagon, of course, has said that the evacuations will continue till August 31st. How will this latest development impact the evacuations that are currently ongoing?
Well, we have a review of this explosion for the fact that there are people there are casualties that are there, and the reasons for these people, so the diplomatic officials would definitely be going to assist the review on whether or the evacuation, and we might see some actions coming in on the part of the diplomatic staff later in the evening today, as and when this picture is clear. Priyanka.
Right. Anas, right now we have no reports of casualties yet. Can you confirm the same?
No, there are casualties. What we can confirm that there are definitely casualties, but the intensity of which is still unclear. What is the intensity of those, what is the number of those casualties, what is the intensity of bruises, that is still unclear. I will just tell you that there was a loud explosion which was followed by heavy gunfire. It is still unclear who fired on who, but I will just say that the explosion was certainly quite significant. It's fully administration by the US forces, and people who were at the Abbey Gate, most of them were those who wanted to go to the US through the special immigration visas. They work with authorities in different capacities, on different areas, in different at different units. So And they were there with families. I was in the Abbey yesterday. I was there earlier last week as well. And they seemed that the Taliban had controlled the outer side of the Abbey there. So whatever the casualties that would be, that would have a greater impact. Let's hope that the casualty number remain low. But at this point of time, our local sources tell us that there are casualties, the intensity of which is determined.
Anas, do we have any information about the motive or who may be behind these explosions at the airport?
At this point of time, it is too early to speculate that who is behind these explosions, what is the motive of these explosions. But as I said, there was an imminent threat from the islands that was there to the Kabul airport. Therefore, the incognito.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.